Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog day, and today is Saturday the 9th, and today was a beautiful day outside, absolutely gorgeous weather all day. Had a little bit of sprinkling early on, but nothing major at all there. Headed up, actually got up, had a handful of things to do here, nothing really major, got that knocked out real quick. Ended up heading up northern Iowa for a family reunion that we had. My mom's side of the family and that went up there. Usually when we go up, I ride up with my aunt and uncle, and the four of us pack up there in her vehicle. This time it wasn't going to happen that way because she had her granddaughters with her, and it's just a little four escape and no third row seating, so there's no room for all six of us in there. So went ahead and they hit it up. We went up together, mom and I did, and had ourselves a nice little fun road construction time where got turned around a little bit because they said hang a right here to get around road construction. Drove out a few miles and did not see any more signs or anything stating that we were going the correct way. So we turned back around thinking we don't want to drive all the way, forever. Got back to town, was told, oh no, you're going the right way, just keep going, you'll eventually see such and such, and head north. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. So we head back out, and I get there, and I see a sign that says detour with an arrow pointing straight ahead, and it was about 100 feet before the left that we wanted to take. So apparently the detour is going to take us on down another like 12 miles or 8 miles like that, and then head up a little bit larger highway, which was ridiculous because the road we were on that we ended up taking that somebody giving us directions to was a beautiful highway with no issues at all in it. So I have no idea how detour works and who makes those decisions and that. So that threw us back a little bit there between driving back to town and driving past the turnaround and stuff. So cost a little bit of time there, not a big deal. Finally got out there, everything was perfectly fine in the process. Hung out, a couple other people got detoured by that also and got delayed a little bit longer than I think they were planning on being. So we were late, but not really late. There was a couple other people that showed up behind us. My aunt and was one of them. The uncle, a different uncle, not the aunt and uncle that are married, he showed up after us too. So we weren't the last ones there, which is always a good feeling. Other than that, had just a great time. Just a really fun time. Good people. Just, usually have like a little reunion every couple of years and thing. Nothing, nothing really major. We're there a couple hours and head back out. So we had our little potluck type deal. Everybody kind of, hung around, had a good time. Basically my cousin's daughters were up there. Great kids. I love those kids to death. They're all ornery, a little bit hyper at times, and my aunt was really kind of, I don't know, not wanting them to be as rambunctious and loud and stuff as little kids want to be. So we had a little bit of that to deal with and stuff. Took them for a little bit of a walk. My uncle and I did around the block to kind of wear off a little bit more of the energy to kind of get them to calm down. And it's hilarious. Those two girls will run laps around the tables in the little convention hall room all day long, no issue at all. Got them outside to get them to walk around the block, and literally a block later they're bitching and kind of why not really bitching because they're complaining about how they don't want to walk that far, and it's so far to walk and so on and so forth, which is hilarious because just, I don't know, not too long ago I went down there and visited them by Kansas City where they live, and they walked all day around the zoo with virtually no issue at all. But here, because we were walking around the block for no reason but to walk, and they were both like, carry me, I'm tired, I want to go back, I want to cut this in the alley and cut it off shorter to walk and that. So kind of cracked me up there, but everybody got their own motivation of what they're doing. So got done there, headed back home, had a good time. The dog stayed home by himself, so he was a little bit anxious to see me, I should just say the least. Then the rest of the evening he was like wanting to touch me almost, like he couldn't stand the thought of being, away from my side, like I was going to leave him again for a couple hours. So he was definitely all paranoid there. Went for my run, got my run in, felt good there. It was dark by the time I went, which is always kind of a cool feeling. I like that. Super dark outside. Not much, there was a lot of clouds in the sky, so it wasn't much chance for bright running, so I had the headlamp on and that. It worked out fine. Not really much to say there. I might run 16 miles tomorrow, my buddy. He's trying to talk me into going up and running 16 miles with him at a 9:45 pace, I think, something like that, which will be a little bit interesting because he's like, it was very adamant in the text talking about it to the fact that it's a non-stop. I cannot miss this pace. He's like anal retentive when it comes to his training like that, which is cool, but I'll have the dog with me, and if he has to stop, take a shit, I'm gonna have to like wait for the dog, obviously. And then my buddy's gonna keep running, so I'm gonna have to like sprint to catch up and that. Just ran the marathon a few days ago, so I'm not really feeling that. Plus, where he's running, it's along the side of one of the roads from his house, heading out towards the highway, and there's really not a great shoulder, and a lot of that part makes me super nervous with Bruce because there's a giant chunk of it. There's no shoulder at all. So I'm gonna be running on a highway with a white line to run on, and the shoulder is not even like a rock shoulder. It's just drops off a hill. Absolutely sucks. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work because Bruce doesn't like that type of running at all. So I'm not really sure. I told him, I said, I think if that's where we're running out, I'm gonna skip it. So he's trying to talk me into going for a bike ride with him on my pedal bike, which I told him I'd load up and haul up there just in case I feel like it. But his idea of he's super competitive on his biking. It's like ridiculous. My idea of a slow ride, my recumbent, or just an easy ride, my recumbent's like 10 mile an hour. His is like 20 mile an hour. So I figure I'll head out, and he's gonna bitch and whine about how slow I'm going. Part of me thinks, oh well, just make the ride I want, and then let him whine and complain way ass ahead. But I'm also thinking, the road that we'll be running on has no shoulder worth a damn either there. So not really that big of a fan of riding it, so I haven't made my mind up if I'm going to actually ride or not. But I'll take the bike up and see how I feel when the time comes. So other than that, not a lot going on. So I will get off here. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.